All right. They're still getting the next round set up, but our commentators for Godzilla are here if they would like to introduce themselves.
Hello, I am Soulmass218, and I'm here to help commentate for Godzilla Kaijū Daikessen. And I'm joined once again by our commentator from the last run, DB. Introduce yourself.
Right, I'm DBcade, and I also like Tokusatsu and Godzilla, of course. I run this game on a competitive level, and I've done some routing for the speedrun a while back on a Nico Nico channel, and that's got some more runners. And I think Jin-chan was from that, and they're one of the best runners of this game, so I'm super happy to see them. They're going to be running this game on expert mode, so this is going to be a treat to see. And they're using when the game starts, we'll talk about it, but I'm just so glad. I just have to say this right away, that I can be here with with everyone talking about this game, but the fact that we have a Tokusatsu, a Godzilla game in a marathon, is a huge deal. It's a huge deal. Just in general, Tokusatsu games are just highly, highly, highly underrepresented in the grand scheme of speedrunning. So the fact that one got in is just, I'm over the moon about it. It's hard to explain. Let me put it this way. There has been one other Tokusatsu game that has been accepted to another marathon. Can you guess what that is? Or what series that would be? I'll even just say guess the series of game.
Me, or are you asking chat?
Oh, I'm asking everyone. Everyone can guess. Particularly the both of you.
Because if we're talking like Tokusatsu related, I would say I've seen Power Rangers before. So like we've had Power Rangers like Rita's Rewind recently, and I've seen other like Power Rangers games at other events. I don't know what actual original Japanese game we might have seen at a marathon though.
Rita's Rewind was this year, so I'll give you that though. Yes, Rita's Rewind and the OG Super Nintendo game got into a marathon.
Yep.
GDQ actually. Selsan, what do you think?
I have so little knowledge about this type of game that I have literally no idea. I'm excited to learn things today.
Okay, so the only other game, and I didn't see anyone in chat say, is Ultraman Ball, and that was at AGDQ 2022.
Of all the Ultraman games, you pick Ultraman Ball.
I do. Yeah, I did. Oh, I didn't pick it. GDQ picked it. The genre in general also has been pretty underrepresented. That is including like ESA and the Spanish RTA in Japan. So it's just such a treat. And in my opinion, this is one of the best fighting games for the SNES. Kaijū Daikessen is. There are some unbalanced things. There's some silly things in this game, as there are with, the Godzilla fighting games and the Godzilla games in general. But they're acceptable here. Like, they're okay. I'd
have to say, for like how enigmatic the mechanics of many Godzilla games are, this one's one of the easiest to pick up and play.
It is, yeah.
And that's saying a lot.
That's a really good point, actually. Like this game, a lot of times you can do projectile with like just one button press, so you can feel like you're doing good against an opponent. There are some pretty hardcore monthly online matches that go on for this game. That even the first time, like I think they're run by someone out in Chicago, and they're pretty good. Like those players were really, the first time I was in there, I use Mothra, by the way, in this game, who's also really cheap, but anyone in this game, everyone in this game has some really cool setups. What is everyone's favorite Godzilla character? I wonder if their favorite Godzilla characters, because a lot of people might not know this game. There's a decently big cast in this game. Wouldn't you say so?
This is a pretty decent cast. I know the developer of this game had released a game a couple years before on the Turbo Duo, which had a lot more. So when they brought this one to the Super Famicom a couple years later, this is a little bit less, but this one does have my favorite monster in it, which is Biolante.
Oh, Biolante, yeah. So, well, if Biolante is your favorite, you're probably going to be in really good luck, because there's a high chance you're going to see Biolante for the expert run.
Yeah, having seen expert run the world record, which we have the world record holder here as the runner, that world record was set with Biolante. Great character to use in this game.
Yeah, you could say a little too great. So Biolante is, I think multiplayer is still allowed. Some tournaments ban Biolante, some don't. You will find out why. I don't want to spoil the strat before the run starts, but
yeah, let's not do that. But this could be very well underestimated if things go well.
Oh yes,
because Biolante is very, very broken.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, people summoning Common Rider for winter event. Maybe I'll submit Common Rider. There's not that many active Common Rider runners right now. Someone just did the bike. Godzilla. So it's funny. One of the reasons I talk about this all the time. Community is a big thing. So yesterday, the person I was talking to, who's the mod for this game, also runs Godzilla 2014, which had met an unfortunate and astounding flop when it came out. But myself and another runner spent a little too much time with that game. So having people, I definitely say, if you like anything kaiju, definitely join the community.
RTA in Japan 様2025をご覧の皆様、おはようございます。これよりゴジラ怪獣大決戦の RTA を開始いたします。このゲームは
Alright, looks like Godzilla Kaijū Daikessen is about to start here.
本作のすべてのカテゴリーで世界一の記録を持っているしんちゃん。
This is Chikuan-san on the announcing, and then you've got
RTA in Japan をご覧の皆様、おはようございます。
Jin-chan or Exi-san as the runner.
ゴジラ怪獣たちが RIJ でついに大暴れいたします。あんまり暴れると RTA 的にはまずいので応援のほどよろしくお願いいたします。以上です。
はい、解説は私。
By the way, this is demo mode right now. That's all that was. This is a good demo screen.
それではよろしくお願いします。
All right, so it looks like we're getting ready to start the run. We are going to be doing the story mode of Expert today.
あらかじめご了承ください。それでは RTA の準備を開始します。
Is the hardest difficulty in the game. So that means when we get to the end, there is actually an extra boss that isn't in the other modes.
そして次にノーマルゲームを開始します。次にキャラクター選択です。今回のカテゴリーではキャラクターは自由。
You see this game? Yeah, like for this time period, this was a pretty amazing list, and we were going to choose Biolante for the run here. And right when the enemy monster gets selected, that should be where time starts. Probably going to go Mothra first because Mothra is cheap as a fellow Mothra degenerate player myself.
3カウントで始めさせていただきます。3、2、1、グッドラック。いや、ゴジララック。
Good luck.
Good luck.
それでは最初の対戦相手のモスラですが、
We're gonna need it against Mothra.
Oh yeah. So what makes Mothra really difficult to fight in this game is that Mothra can put this little pixie dust, this magical dust on the screen, which can create these trap situation. Also, is always flying until you're like flat on the ground, and that little swoop move, it's almost impossible for characters like Violante to block it. So, do you want to talk about this one so bad?
Yeah,
this is what you want to happen.
Yeah, this is the Violante stun lock, essentially.
Yeah.
If you can time these spitballs just right, you just keep your enemy stunned indefinitely and just end the match immediately. So Sidron's going to be trying to do that as much as possible, whenever possible, especially if you can corner the other monster on the side of the screen.
So in this stage, you're kind of at the mercy of Mothra because it's a flying character and you can't really push Mothra well. A lot of times you just have to hope that Mothra does that little like air dive move and puts you in the corner. Mothra also has one of the best beams in the game that makes it really difficult for this character to get through the fight, and really good.
Yeah, that was incredible. That started off a little rough with the spin move from Mothra, but then just quick spits on both of those fights. Very good Mothra.
Really good. Yeah, Mothra can get like right above Violante, and unfortunately, there's not like you don't have an anti-air attack really. When someone's right above your head, you can get your like little heads and basically push them into the ground, and they come up like long reach attacks. But yeah, the good thing is we don't have to fight many more characters from here that can fly or give us trouble.
Here going into the Gigan fight, DB-san, do you want to explain how like the power meters work on the bottom of the screen?
Sure. So basically in this game, when you're attacking, you can build gauge over time, and so you'll see that like your character will like blink a color. You see it's kind of like blinking white on Violante's side because we don't have meter. But on Gigan's side, it's like filling up. When it fills all the way up, you have your super move in this game. Super moves are very, very good in this game. They do usually a fourth to half life damage in this game. In fact, Violante's ultimate move in this game is one of the best.
As you saw, the ultimate was there at the end of that last bout and completely melted Gigan's health bar.
Okay, this is the bite grab.
Right now, it's a little bit of a rough situation. You see that Violante is flashing red. That means that we're in a stun state. So if Gigan kept landing consecutive hits, we would have stayed stun locked. So good job being patient there and surviving the fight.
Yeah, I got silent for a sec because I wasn't sure they were going to be able to get out of that situation. Unfortunately, Gigan does have some like close range moves and some decent like decent frames up close. Gigan wants to fight up close, which is why it's a little bit frightening. All right, we are fighting versus King Ghidorah. King Ghidorah can actually fly, and then we're back to flying characters. But this time, it is more difficult to get on top of Violante's head, and probably we're gonna get. Oh my goodness! The spit grab confirm into the push. So this is the. Took a little bit too much damage there. Basically, Xincheng is trying to build meter right here. That's the main strat, and we couldn't really rely on King Ghidorah putting themselves in the corner. So you kind of got to do the mid-screen strat where you'll throw a spitball, grab, throw them the other way, and then do that little like, I guess is it a tentacle for Violante? What is the correct term?
I guess we would call them tentacles, but they're kind of like roots. But yeah, you see the spiky root attack. Now we've got Ghidorah doing the gravity lasers, which we got a good block in, thankfully. But now we're back in stun state, so it's a little dangerous. But Ghidorah had low health.
At the end. That was a good desperation attack because Ghidorah doing the thing that you don't want to happen, where you did that like flying stomp. A little bit of a poor timing on the AI's part, but great for us as we move on. By the way, Violante is in a short form. I'm not going to explain all the characters, but Violante is not in many games actually, in many Godzilla games. So it's from a movie, and basically Godzilla, some of the DNA. How do I explain this? It's basically a mutant Godzilla that's based off of a rose. Is that a good explanation, Solmas? Is that correct?
I mean, if we want to get even more unhinged, we can just straight up say that Violante is the combination of a scientist, the spirit of a scientist's dead daughter, mixed with the DNA of a rose plant and the DNA of Godzilla.
That is the truest explanation there is, but I wasn't going to go that deep into it. But well, the good thing is we might get a sequel to this. You might be seeing Violante more thanks to the success of the of -0, Godzilla -0. But yeah, at the time, you know, yeah, that was I'm thinking about that explanation. That really, I might clip that later. That was perfect. I couldn't have done it better. Yeah. In this fight, by the way, I don't know if you want to explain the enemy's attacks, but there is no way we're going to be able to push the enemy into the correct situation.
Oh,
very nice. Anguirus is the kind of character that's kind of easy to manage as Violante because Anguirus doesn't have any energy attacks. It's strictly just a very speed-focused character with low health. So
lots of rolling attacks. The rolling attacks do have invincibility frames on them that we have to be careful about. We got through that clean.
Now we got Godzilla, and then this fight, Godzilla is the all-around character for the game, so this one can be kind of dangerous for Violante. We're going to see a little bit more blocking, I think, and waiting for opportune moments to be safe.
Yeah, Godzilla has a really good breath move in this game, and also just in general, like kick normals are really good. Yeah, you're going to see the breath attack coming a lot. Like, and in this game, you can actually aim a lot of your projectiles, so you can aim Godzilla's breath like a slight angle. So they're using really good use of the wall right there.
Very nice.
There's the ultimate attack, hyper attack into the final breath. Yeah, by the way, that move alone does I think it's like more than 50%. I want to say it's 75%, but
making it look easy right now.
Yeah, that little wall that Violante put up, that is normally when you fight Violante in this game, spoilers, that is what Violante will do all day. And it makes it really difficult to get through that fight. But as a player doing that, not the easiest to time it.
Got Godzilla cornered once again. I think it's going to be a repeat.
Yep.
Beautiful.
You can still, so what makes Violante close to broken tier in this game is that in those situations, you can trade with Violante, but you don't have enough to basically, keep the combo going because the spit's coming down and trading with you, you're just putting yourself in the same situation. And yeah, unfortunately, Godzilla. Now I say unfortunately, but it's a good thing. I'm always just rooting for Godzilla, but you hate to see it. You hate to see the infinite setup. Ooh, Megaro.
Yeah, Megalon is a little bit unbalanced because Megalon doesn't have super strong physicals. But energy attacks with Megalon are extremely dangerous and do tons of damage. So we're seeing a more of an aggressive approach here to try and keep Megalon from doing too many of those attacks.
Doing the most unsafe attack, the drill attack.
Yes.
Yeah, this character has little the beam is okay, but particularly that little exploding, you see a magma rock fall out from its head. That does a little wave that if even on guard, this is by the way, this is gonna be KO. Yeah.
Very nice.
So that little wave that when the rock falls on the ground, it actually traps. So even on guard, it sets up for these unblockable situations or situations where you can just reset up again for volcanic splash. So, which allows you to set up for basically chip situations. And so Magalo is actually a character who can also put you in the corner and do infinites. The only difference is that, yeah, a lot of the normal moves are not that good. Oh, the hyper attack's gonna land, and that should be KO. Yep.
At least
just one more normal enemy that we have to get through. It's going to be our Mechagodzilla fight. And we're going to see Mechagodzilla a lot now because first we fight Mechagodzilla from the 70s movies. And then we get into the end, the final bosses, which we'll get to see Super Mechagodzilla from the 90s after this one.
そして最後の相手は初代メカゴジラです。メカゴジラは近距離攻撃が苦手な反面、多彩な遠距離攻撃を持っています。特に超必殺技の全並走発射は大ダメージかつ気絶確定、さらに処理落ちまで発生するので。
The Mechagodzilla is very much a favorite of a lot of fans of the Godzilla series, and this version in the game is really cool because it incorporates a lot of stuff that's moveset that you don't actually see in the movie but you know exists. Like the rockets in the tail propelling forward, and just a lot of barrage attacks with the missiles and lasers. It's a pretty cool monster.
Showa version, right?
Yes, the Showa version here.
Yeah, the Showa version has some pretty unfair beams, especially the super attack, where if Mechagodzilla unleashes the beam attack, you just have to hold block as any character because it just they fill up the screen. AI showing off that you can, do the breath attack. Being a little bit too safe here to get a PB now. Oh, thrown into the corner.
飛行モードに変形することができるんですが、基本使ってこないですね。はい、また怖がりましたね。これ樹液弾を重ねていきます。
Yeah, if you do the damage bar right underneath the health, that is actually the stun gauge. So when that reaches top, you'll actually get a knockdown will occur. In this game, it doesn't fill up fast enough. So a lot of times the reason there's these infinites in this game is that the AI just doesn't get stunned and down. So you won't see that blue gauge fill all the way up at the top. Uh-oh.
ということで、本作のラスボス
Super Mechagodzilla.
At the time this game was released, Super Mechagodzilla was fairly new. It was in the movie that had just came out the year before. But it did also appear in the game that came before this, the year before, Super Godzilla.
でまずは開幕ダッシュ、いいですね。開幕吹き飛ばしからの相手が
Already off to a great start.
これによって相手の攻撃ゲージが増えずにダメージだけ与えることが
Super Mechagodzilla can be really mean, but this is such a great start to this fight, just keeping him stunned.
Keeping him stunned and not building the meter, which is another thing you don't want to do. All of the Mechagodzillas, especially Super Mechagodzilla, even has an even bigger super attack. That was a really good fight. Oh, again, can they get it?
You got it?
Wow,
Two
nice
throws.
throw.
Almost scripted here. Very, very good fight.
Oh no!
Oh no!
This is the throw using the laser beam, and that's should be GG coming up here.
But we should have one more fight.
Yeah, one more.
Up against the well, here over in the States, we only got this movie I guess we got it on DVD like 20 years ago at this point, maybe less. But previously it wasn't really well known over here. This is the Gotengo, or undersea battleship.
Oh yeah,
from the movie Atragon, which
is Gotengo. Okay.
Gotengo
is the most broken character in this game. Gotengo can basically move around, is also an air form, but has all the missiles that you need. Basically fire everything, the character. But the AI doesn't know how to use them well, so they're gonna get hit a lot.
Yeah, we're just gonna be spamming. Well, we are getting bullied a little bit here.
They've gone into their side mode, which has these Dr. Doom lasers, and Gotengo can just you have free movement here. You control the majority of the cast and go to that very top left or top right corner. It looks like
here's what we want to see. We're just going to keep Gotengo stunned on the floor.
Nice. Okay, safe.
この海底軍艦当たり判定が横に長いという特性があるので
Interesting to point out on the bottom right with Gotengo's meter actually has the monster mana wrapped around.
Why is I never this Amanda is there. It's not in this game, by the way.
Not in the game, but nice little Easter egg.
Yeah.
And that's it. Time.
Oh, nice time. Really good setup there with the spits.
For reference, it is within a minute of world record for a game as high as an RNG as this. Very, very good.
Great. Oh yeah, for an event run, this was perfect and a good show because it could have gone away where we didn't get to see the enemies do everything, but you kind of got a feel, especially for Gotengo there. I will quit if you ever play Gotengo against me. I'll just leave. Character really is too good. But it's a good. This is really cool. We got two really good fighting games back to back. We got one more coming up. Anything you want to say, Solmasan, about Kaijū Daikessen or Godzilla in general?
I just want to give a shout out again to Kaijū Daikessen. This is a fantastic game. If you can find a way to play it, you absolutely should. DB, thanks for being here with me. It was having a fun time to be here briefly and talk about this game. And lastly, shout outs to my friends in the Kaiju Transmissions podcast.
Yeah, I wish I could talk about this movie more. My love of kaiju genre goes very deep, but unfortunately, it like I said at the beginning, it is underrepresented. So if you're interested in playing, definitely, I really highly suggest grabbing this game. You can play it on Fightcade and if you really want to, join any Godzilla community and say I want to play this game, and people will help you get set up. I will post the link in the English Restream Discord, which you should also join. But if you're interested, you can also join through there. It'll be posted in general, where you can check out the Kaiju speedrunning community. And I hope you maybe find some extra information in there about the genres you like. If you join, just shoot me a DM and I'll get you set up.
Well, thank you both. This was phenomenal commentary. I learned a lot sitting here listening. This was very enjoyable. I know DBcade, you'll be back with us for the next game, but Solmas, do you want to tell folks where they can find you?
You can find me on twitch.tv at Solmas218, and I don't speedrun any tokusatsu games yet, but I do speedrun a lot of other games, so you can give me a follow and we can talk about Godzilla in my chat. I know a lot about Godzilla.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah, Solmas-san, thank you so much for being here. Great commentary, and happy to meet a fellow kaiju fan. I'm just DBcade, by the way. You can just find me at capital D, capital B, lowercase CADE. And thanks again. I'll be back soon.
Yeah, we will be back in just a moment with our next run. So everyone stay tuned.